Going on, people? This is the one that people have been waiting for. How do you make a living without a job by using YouTube? One of the things that I find perplexing and downright humorous is so many people are going about YouTube the wrong way. But before we jump into that, if you watch this channel, you know what's coming. So hold on. If you want to improve your life, make more money, enjoy everything about what it is to be you, check out my 2-month Hustler Mindset Special. Tap that green bar and you'll be golden. All right, let's jump into it. How to make money with YouTube and quit your job in 2013. This is not going to be what you think it's going to be. Because when you say making money with YouTube, everybody thinks AdSense. What's going on with AdSense or any other advertising media is becoming more and more challenging. I'm not going to say it's impossible. I'm going to say it's challenging. But my main driver in income from YouTube was not AdSense. It's never been AdSense. If I had to depend upon my AdSense earnings to live, I would be living on the street. So understand, I would be better than the other bums. I would have latte and, banana nut bread and stuff like that I can get from Starbucks because I have a little scratch. But the reality is, if you want to make money from YouTube and quit your job in 2013, you need a product. You need a service or something. Because the thing is, many people watch YouTube and they'll watch someone who's doing extremely well, but they won't reverse engineer it and break down the process. I watch a lot of YouTube videos for learning purposes only. And I've started with the makeup tutorials. I looked at that and I understand, just like writing, certain genres or topics are going to just blow other ones away. I started it's not a new channel, but it's my old channel, and it's just about fuckery. I'm going to put all kind of crass stuff up on there, and mark my words, within 18 months or sooner, that channel is going to have more views than this channel, which is 4 years old, because of the subject matter. That is very, very important. So if you're trying to make money with AdSense and AdSense only, it has to be a high demand subject matter. You could do a video of some guy walking down the street, tripping and falling into a trash can, and get more views than the most well-produced business topic video you can master. People love fuckery. Keep that in mind when you're making your videos and picking out your subject matter. Now, if you don't want to be of the fuckery family, and I love a little fuckery, there's nothing wrong with a little fuckery, you're going to have something to offer that's going to be bigger and better than just AdSense. YouTube has made a lot of changes in the last 6 months that have been extremely powerful. And YouTube is actually going towards that aim. Because you could not at one point put a link to, in the video, annotation of a product and go directly to your website. If you know anything about e-commerce, you know you want the least amount of friction between the customer and the purchase experience. That's why Amazon has one-click checkout. So many bad things can happen in those 5 to 10 seconds between filling out information and checking that button. That's why one-click checkout is very, very important. And that's what I have with my products. Now understand, that is very powerful. And that's why I'm saying, if you want to make money with YouTube, you need a service, a product, or something. Let's talk about giving away stuff for free. If you're starting, and you're brand new, and no one knows who you are, you still can sell products and make money. There needs to be balance. When I started in 2009, I had a product that was coming. I hammered it. I told storage auction stores, but I was like, hey, this book's going to drop. This book's going to drop. And the book dropped very quickly. I've been selling a product within 60 days. Yeah, I did 60 days of YouTube, and then my book was ready and I started selling it. I've been selling the product for the last 3 years and 11 months on YouTube. And that's how I made money with YouTube, and it's facilitated full-time income. Understand, AdSense is nice, but if you're going to chase AdSense, you better have a high fuckery type topic. Gaming is extremely lucrative but dangerous. Makeup and tutorials, comedy if you have the talent, music if you have the talent. If you look at the top 10 subject matters, it's fuckery. Just Google the top 25 YouTubers and you'll see what it is. Like Jenna Marbles, I think she's number 4 or 5, and she is nothing but fuckery. So understand that. And then with other ways of making money, you'll have to have some goals. You will have to have a goal. You need a year-long plan. Before you even start with your videos, you need a year-long plan of where you want to take your channel. Because it's going to take a little time. It's going to take a little time to amp up. And that is one of the most frustrating things that I've seen for people. It's just like, oh, I want it now. Like those J.G. Wentworth commercials. Oh, yeah. And, fall is here, so the Wheaties shirt's back. And it's going to take you, believe it or not, a good solid year to build your channel. Regardless of how talented you are, or what you got going on. But if you're selling a product, you're going to make way more money, way faster than waiting on AdSense to kick in. Also, with your year-long goal, you cannot expect to be making full-time money and you are just kind of doing it here or there or possibly, you're doing a video a month. No. You need to crank out content. You need to really crank out content. And if you are in one of those topics, and I'm going to share my experience with you, that you could collaborate with people, I urge you to do so. When I started this channel, there was no one to collaborate with. I would put up a video and this was maybe around the 8th month mark or the 9th month mark. I would put up a video, because I used to do it intentionally, at like 6 o'clock in the morning. Before 12 o'clock, that video had 800 to 1,000 views. A lot of my videos in the early days, after the month, was getting up to 2,000 views, bam, in a day or so. That stopped. And it didn't stop because my videos started sucking. That wasn't it. Competition. There are more people in the resale space now than there was in 2009. And, they started coming in 2010, they started coming in 2011, 2012. They're everywhere. Every day there's was like, hey, I'm in the resale and I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you because I got some information on my heart. I want to just tell you. And and that's another thing. Explore niches on YouTube. Don't sit there and think, oh, well, nobody, you never know. Which brings me to another point. You are going to have to not be afraid to fail. Many people will not make a video or will become freaking paralyzed because they think someone's going to laugh and point, and they might. And you might fuck up. You might actually do a video and forget to turn the camera on. That's why you need to get a nice camera with an LCD green screen, because my old camera, I had to turn it on, then run and sit in front of it. And one time I hit the button too many times and did this video, thought I killed it, and didn't record shit. That can happen. So, which brings me to another point. Invest in your equipment. I know, everyone's trying to do it for the cheap, and you can pretty much do a YouTube channel with your iPhone only. But you will reach a limitation point even with that, especially if you're doing long form videos, which would be anything over 5 minutes based on YouTube. You can do 3-minute videos all day with your iPhone. You'll be fine. But when you get to 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, you're going to run into some problems because your iPhone is going to heat up. You could fry egg on that bad boy. But invest in your equipment. If you want to attract a larger long-term audience, you're going to have to put out crisp, clear video. In the beginning, it's cool. You can have the fuzzy video, you can have the kind of sort of jacked up audio, but a year later, you're putting out videos and they look like crap. That's going to be your results, crap. So invest a little money into your infrastructure of YouTube. Now, with the creation of a product, this is the thing that throws people, because a lot of people feel that they're not that brilliant. They don't feel that they're not talented. They don't feel, oh, I can't do it. You are full of caca. You can do it. Because when I say a product, it doesn't have to be something supercalifragilistic. It could be peanut. It could be anything. You could be like, hey, this is Farmer Brown, and you know, me and the wife, we pack peanuts, and then you're like, well, we do peanut marmalade, we do peanut cupcakes. I'm telling you, you do a video on your peanut cupcakes, put a link to the recipe for 99 cents, you'll make more money from that than you will with AdSense. I am telling you that. Now, with AdSense, AdSense is very tricky. AdSense, a lot of good things can happen with AdSense, a lot of bad things can happen with AdSense. Certain videos that you could create, if the topic is highly controversial, it contains sexual content, AdSense may actually turn their ads off on that video. They're like, no, we can't do this breaks terms. And if you do it too many times, you could lose your AdSense account. And the way that Google is, once you lose your AdSense account, you can't get another one again. It's kind of like that woman you cheat on. Once you cheat on me, I'm gone, and she means it. That's Google. But you got to be really careful with that. And once again, with AdSense, you have to have a lot of views to make decent money. And when I say a lot of views, you need to be over 100,000 views per month to see, in my mind, a 4-figure AdSense check. You know, you're going to be in several $100s at 50,000 views or 60,000 or 70,000. But when you get to 100K views per month, the checks are nice. They're like, oh, I can feel that. You know, if you went to the bank and cashed it, it would fill your pocket with money. But understand, unless you have a really controversial topic, it's hard to get that many views, or a comedy or something else, which also gives you my business plan. I knew that business is tough because when I would talk to my friends about business, their eyes were glazed over. They're like, oh, he's talking about business again. And I knew it was going to be hard, so I crunk out the videos. The plan was, I'm going to make as many freaking videos as I humanly can, and some's going to stick and some did. I have a few that are over 100,000 views. And that just came from experimentation. Just putting stuff out there, just trying stuff, because you never know what's going to hit. So understand, if you're not going to be in one of those highly trafficked, targeted segments of YouTube, such as gaming, music, comedy, so on and so forth, you're going to have to create your own community. You're going to have to get so many views, and this is something else. This is another thing that I saw a lot of YouTubers do. They created their own community. They created their own following on their topics. Because there was this one guy, he's a reverend. I can't think of his name right now. Excuse me. And when I went and see with YouTube, this is one of the things. When you do a research, go to the video tab of anyone's page and click videos and go from oldest to new. Some people, you can hit the about page, you can see their establishment date. Some people hide that for some reason. Excuse me. And look at their earlier videos. And I see people who are killing it now. First year, video got 60 views, 100 views, 80 views. Now here it is, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years later, they put up a video, they get 4,000 views, they get 5,000 views, they get 6,000 views. So understand, it's a journey. It is a journey, and there's a lot of people, by putting out the videos, being extremely passionate about their subject matter, that literally built their own community on a very niche topic because a lot of people weren't talking about it. There's another one that is really interesting that actually is growing, and it's called Men Going Their Own Way. And this is essentially guys who are about men's rights. It's growing. In the beginning, wasn't too many people, because if you're seeing this stuff, you hate women. And that's another thing. There's whatever that you are interested in, there are other people out there that are interested in the same thing, and you have to reach them, which means you have to keyword and targeted your channel for them, or they're not going to fight you. They're not going to find you. If you were talking about boxing, but you have pictures of chicks or sailboats on your channel, or it's titled Bob Sailboats, but all your videos are about boxing, they might find you from the video tag, but it would be easier if they find you. Like, I recently, thanks to Google, I was changed my name to, I just went with Glendon Cameron versus Glendon 007. I can get away with that because I have some exposure. And I'm following my own advice. I turn the channel around and I'm building another different type of audience of people who want to make a living without a job. That's the new thing. That's the new phase. That's the new subject matter. But I essentially, in a different kind of way, that's what I've been doing since 2009 with storage auctions. Because I'm the guy that told you can make a full-time living from storage auctions. A lot of people are like, oh, no, you can't. I'm like, oh, yes, you can. It's volume and scale, baby. Volume and scale. And a lot of people, I recently had a guy on my Facebook, Morris, he just crossed the 6-figure mark after 3 years in earnings per year. 6 figures gross earnings. Yes. Yes. And that's another thing. You do your YouTube channel, create a Facebook group. Now, I will tell you, I did it a little differently than I'm going to tell you because for a reason. Once, I know I'm learning internet marketing and stuff like this, and the Facebook group that I started, which I just kind of pop in every now and then, it runs itself because I did something kind of crazy. I limited who could join. After it got to a certain point, I was like, it was just me really working my ass off. Then I was like, okay, found some moderators, people, and then Alexis just started chopping people off at the ankle. She's just like, shh. I went in there one day, it was like, yeah, she's like, I cleared it out. But with that move, the group is very small, but it's very active because everyone in that group is hustling on some shape, fashion, or form. They're hustling and they contribute. The contribution rate is very high, and it's a very small group, which lets me know that worked for me in terms of training. If you're going to create a really hot topic type stuff, like you're going to have a video about sex, or you're going to talk about cooking or fitness, you need a Facebook page. And the Facebook page and the video channel have to have the same name. They have to. I'm using my Facebook page as a hub for all I do because it's called, Glendon Cameron. This channel is Glendon Cameron. I do a lot of stuff. Before this year's over, I'm probably going to have another channel because that's another point of making a living without a job using YouTube. You need to have a robust plan. A really, really robust plan to really get to, and let's throw a number out there. I'm just going to say it's very possible to get to $50,000 in earnings within a year using YouTube if you have a product to sell. If you're really fantastically talented, you might be able to do that with AdSense, but that's going to be a hard one. So it's easier if you have a product to sell. Now, someone sent me a question. What about linking my YouTube channel to eBay? Or I would say don't do it. And this is why. When people are shopping, they don't want to watch videos. They want to buy what they want. You're better off keywording your items on eBay, Amazon appropriately and get people to find them versus trying to lure them. Now, if you're going to use YouTube as a selling arm for your business, you need to talk about you. About you. This is who I am. If you go ahead and show yourself riding a motorcycle, hanging with the family, and then it's like, oh yeah, this is my life kind of type channel, that's going to give customers more comfort. But actually in terms of like doing products and stuff, it's really niche on that. It's very niche. Like if you have a product that needs instructions and you're like, here's 4 or 5 instructional videos on how to use this product, that's a winner. But just like linking to YouTube, I don't really see no benefit in that than letting all of your competitors know where your YouTube channel is. And with some of the trolls here on YouTube, they'll stab your auntie in the neck if they knew where she lived. So I wouldn't recommend that. Now, another way to really kill it with YouTube is to ask for the money. Now, this is something that is really, really hard for a lot of people to do. They will put up a video and they will kind of allude, they will hint, they will hope that someone would say, here's some money. No, you have to request and ask for the money. Hey, I have a product. I want you to buy it. Not like, well, there's this product. If you feel like it, that's very wimpy. Very wimpy. If you go up to a girl and say, hey, I'm thinking about taking you out. Now, if you feel like it, we could get together. If you kind of sort, she's immediately going to be turned off, and so will the customer with that type of guidance. That's very wimpy. It doesn't work. It does not work. Which brings me to another point. Get your game plan together before you start building your YouTube channel. And I've seen people who have built incredibly large channels and they could not monetize them other than AdSense. And they're losing out because, and some, depending on what they're doing, the customer base isn't going to buy anything they put out because they're just there for the fuckery. So understand, you got to be really careful where you're going with that, because just because you have a large following, and I see it on Facebook, there's a lot of people who were what I call like internet preachers or internet prophets, or people that the Pied Piper type people, where everyone was like, yeah, we're behind them, yeah, we're marching, and they're doing that thing, and they just cannot monetize it. So you need a plan. You really need a plan to get the money. Now, another part of turning YouTube into a full-time income is be who you are. I've worn this shirt every year since I've been here. And people are like, oh my God, I can't believe he's wearing that. I'm going to tell you something that my grandmother told me, and maybe your grandmother told you. I don't care what you do. I don't care what you say. Some people are going to like you. Some people are not. I have people who subscribe to my channel to immediately dislike a video when I put it up. And that's their only reason for subscribing. It's a little nuts to me, but if they get off, hey, so be it. I helped another human being out. But understand, when you do this YouTube thing, you are going to get haters. The more successful that you are, the more haters that you will get. And I had to talk to a client who was worried about that. And I was like, you're a niche, no one's going to hate on you. But other people, hate's going to come. You are going to get hate. It's going to happen. You're going to get bad comments. Now, there's two trains of thoughts on that. There are some people, I'm going to be open, I'm going to be transparent, and I'm not going to block comments, I'm not going to moderate comments. I'm going to let people say what they want to say. I'm going to say something totally different to that, because I know how trolls work. If you're doing fuckery, that actually can help you, because any view gives you money because you're trying to get your view count up for AdSense. But if you're trying to sell a product, or you're trying to sell a philosophy, and you're getting people who are just going to come in and throw rocks at your window, just for the simple fact that they can, block them. Block them. Don't comment. Don't return comments. Don't engage in what I call zero-sum YouTube comment dialogue. They clearly don't like what you're doing. They clearly disagree with you, and they get to jack off by talking to you. What's your goal? Is your goal to educate people? Is your goal to eliminate people? Or is your goal to fight with folks who are living at home in their mother's basement? Because I'm telling you, nameless, usually don't have a picture of themselves, and rarely make videos. But they will attack you all day long. Kind of like that ant with a shank in your ankle. Yeah, man, I'm an ant, and I got a shank, and I'm somebody, and I'm somebody, and I'm somebody. Don't make them somebody. Raise your foot, step on them, block them, and move on. Because you can become absorbed in that bullshit, which will distract from your due purpose. So understand, just ignore them and move on. I've had people make videos about me. I've had people look at me. I've had people call my friends. And just be really careful, which brings me to another. Get yourself a post office box for your YouTube activities, your online activities. I've seen some people put their physical address there. And, if you're selling cupcakes, that may be cool. But if you're doing anything near controversial, I wouldn't do that just for safety. And if you're a female, that's a no-brainer. Do not. And when you sign up for your domain names, they're going to ask for all that information. That's another reason to have a post office box to direct. It's like, hey, this is where this person is. So definitely get yourself a post office box. Get yourself a Google Voice number. And this is why I've had to change my cell phone number like 3 times in the last 4 or 5 years because of fuckery. Google, and I'm just in there, use Google Voice. So I use Google Voice always for Craigslist, and I was like, I didn't think about using Google Voice for YouTube. Now there's a Google Voice just strictly for that stuff, and bam, the phone number hadn't changed in the last 2 years. So there's just a lot of stuff that you have to think about when you're creating a YouTube channel and you're trying to be serious. Because a lot of people, this is the thing, I'm going to get a YouTube channel for grandma. Which is cool. Oh, well, it's fine and good. But if you are going to make money, and also, let's talk about chasing money and let's talk about earning money. There are people what I call get money hustlers. That's chasing money. It's just chasing whatever it is that's that's good. If it make money, I'm there because I'm all about that money. I'm all about that money. Don't be that guy. Be what I call the person who's out to earn money, which means you're putting out a good product, which means that you're working hard on your craft, and you have a goal to get money. Right when you're writing out your YouTube goals, put I want to make 50,000, I want to make 60,000, whatever you want. Write that somewhere and see that, because when you look at that number, it's going to prompt you to do certain things to get to it. As long as you're just you're just not really going anywhere. You're just not really going anywhere. Also, you don't have to be an expert on your topic. You don't have to be the guru. You just have to know enough to be dangerous to start a YouTube channel and rock and roll. Because as you grow, you're going to learn more about your subject matter. You're going to learn more about what you're doing. Now, with YouTubing, scripts and non-scripts. All my videos are strictly, I just sit down and just start talking. I have a general frame up of what's going on in my mind, and I just let it roll. If you want to court business customers, script it. Have a message, have keywords, do all kinds of things. And if you really want to take it to the next level, and this will cost you a little change, you can go out and have your YouTube channel, your YouTube content transcribed and uploaded. So, because you notice how some people, when the text rolls across, it's very accurate, and when YouTube's gotten much better because it used to really suck, and it's about 75% accurate, maybe 80% accurate. If you're a person with perfect diction, it'll be really spot on. People pay for that because when you keyword it like that and upload the transcript, it gives your video a higher rank. I don't do that because I am not that niched on it, because like I said, this channel started with storage auctions and Craigslist and all this other stuff. There was too many things that were going on. There was no major, this is what we do here like it is now. Like how to make a living without a job. That's the focus, that's the core niche, that's all that's going to be on this channel. So understand, there's a lot more to YouTube than just making a video. Now, with your income goals, you have a product or you have a service, you have something. Because I noticed this with makeup tutorials, hair tutorials, the women that went ahead and put out a product, and they don't even have to be like a killer views. I just watched the transition of people. Because there was this one person I was following, and I watched her car get better. I watched her home get better. I watched her wardrobe get better, and I watched her get boob job, and a nose job. And that's all she does is YouTube. And she lives in California. Now I want you to think about that. She lives alone. She's young in California. She's driving a luxury car. She's living in a beach house. That's how much money she's making from YouTube. You have to look at it, because that's the thing. When I first saw years ago Shay Tards, and I realized this guy was married with 3 kids, and he didn't work, and he had a house in California. Do you know how freaking expensive it is to live in California? A lot of people who aren't married are buying houses together because they're so damn expensive, and that's what it takes to get a mortgage. So understand, when I looked at that, I was just like, she's making some scratch. Ain't she cute? So understand, there's a lot of different ways that you can make money with YouTube. But the quickest way is to have a product or a service, because like for some of you who really only make $500, $600, maybe $1,000 a month, you come up with the right product or service, you can hit that in 90 days. Easy. Easy. But if you are just, hoping to do it with AdSense, you are going to be disappointed. Now, another way to really do this is you got to hit it hard. I'm talking about you got to claim it, and you got to do something that is going to make you feel very uncomfortable. When you go out in public, you need to tell people you have a YouTube channel. You need to pull out your phone. It's like, yeah, this is my YouTube channel. Or better, what I will do with some people, hey, give me your phone. Pull it up, put it in their browser. There it is. And I have even done the screenshot thing, like, with an iPhone or whatever, you just click the screenshot, because that's going to pop up in their pictures to remind them, because they may talk to me and they'll forget about it, and then they're going through their pictures. Oh yeah, there's that guy, because pictures create a greater memory experience than verbal, not intake. So they're like, oh, that's how I remind myself. I'll take a picture of something, do the screenshot, and then when I'm looking through my pictures, like, oh, I need to go back to that. It's a nice little memory trick, and I do it to other people. Tell people that you're a YouTuber. You have to be proud of it. It's like, yeah, I have a YouTube channel. This is what I do. And show it to them. That's a part of marketing. You have to do that stuff, because there's one guy, I got a consult deal because of my YouTube channel. Because he's like, man, your YouTube channel is nice. I want one like this. What do you do? So I'm a consult. And he said, oh, you could teach people this? Yeah, I want this. That was the conversation. I told him what I charged. It was a done deal. So I made more money from that deal than I will from AdSense this month. So there's several different ways for you to make money with YouTube if you have a plan. 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 I said that many times because a lot of people make videos, get frustrated, or I'm leaving. Let me bring it to this. If you're real sensitive, don't start a YouTube channel. Don't start that. I'm leaving YouTube because someone said, don't. That makes you look like a little pussy. Or a big pussy, depending on how tall you are. Don't do that. If someone that you don't know can say something to you and rock your world to the point that you lift your tail and cuck it up under your own ass and run away, it's not a good look. It's not a good look. So if you're like super, super sensitive, do not make a YouTube channel, because you will catch it. You will catch some flack. I have pulled nigger, big ass monkey. I have pulled so many, tons. And it got to the point where I'm inboxing, can you really do better than that? Delete. And delete the block. That's been my life. So understand, when, I look at people like, I'm gonna leave YouTube, and they're doing all that stuff, I just laugh, because I'm like, you ain't really gone through shit. Someone just like left a nasty comment and you they don't like me. Whipper. That's some bullshit right there. So understand, it's gonna come. And another way for you to make money with YouTube is, it's gonna be a little scary. But do this. Understand your competition. You can make money from YouTube by looking at your competition and not doing the shit that they're doing. It's that simple. That's another way to make money. I was like, what are you talking about? Okay, let me break it down for you. All right, you go look at your competition and you see what they're lacking. Because see, the thing is, you're looking at them, and you're looking at them completely unfiltered. When you look at your own stuff, it gets filtered, because in your mind, it's like, yeah, I'm doing this, and you kind of get lost in your stuff. So it's like, oh, this is wrong. I'm like, he ain't doing this, so I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. Like, take the podcast, American Hustler podcast I do. I'll tell you, that's going to go on iTunes someday. What I'm doing is building content before I need it. Because one of the things with doing YouTube, and I would highly suggest you do your first 5 or 10 videos and just upload one at a time, you'll always be ahead. So those are going on iTunes. And a lot of people are like, hey, could you do a blue screen to this? It's like, the plan is that's going on iTunes and it's a podcast. I'm just going to rip the audio up. Well, I already have the audio. And I'm going to upload it because this is how you have to understand content. This is really, really important. And a lot of people delete their videos and they're missing the point. When you put up a video on YouTube and it doesn't gain like long-term traction, people stop finding it. It doesn't get any more views. And you're like, oh, that video wasn't that good. That's not exactly true. The deal is it didn't get enough videos to get into the YouTube ecosystem to get pushed up. My videos that have crazy views are pushed up in the system. YouTube makes sure that people find them because they rank them a certain way and they show them and they feature them. Now, those other videos that are not getting that type of love doesn't mean that they suck. It's content. You could take that video and upload it on another channel. Now, I don't do that with the storage auction videos because I've moved past the storage auction thing. I am more of a consultant. I'm an author, so it doesn't really make sense. But when you're doing your videos, once again, if you have a plan, you can take that video that's 2 or 3 years old, if it's in a crisp format, your audio straight, and upload it on a new channel and get more views. And this is what a lot of writers do. Harlan Ellison, he would write an article, put it in an anthology, and 7 years after the fact, he'd take that same article or story, whatever, put it in something else, and sell it again. Then in 7 years, he would do it again. You can do the same thing with YouTube. For those of you who want to get these AdSense monsters, you're going to have to. Because understand, when you have a channel as big as mine and people come in and they say, that's like 695 videos, good Lord. They're not going to go watch all of them. There's a group of people that do. I get people that come in and it's like, man, I just watched 10 videos. I just watched 20 videos. I just watched 30 videos. And I'm just like, get that bread. Thank you. So when you have the content and people find it, they tend to drink it. So that's where there's a lot more to this than just making a video and kind of hoping for people to find you. Once again, you got to have a plan. You have to have a plan. Because I don't do Google Hangouts because at the moment it doesn't suit my goals or business plan. Not to say Google Hangouts are not something that will happen in the future. Just for right now, they are not what I want to do because they are not going to work with the plan that I have established. That could change in the future, but it didn't make any sense and it didn't work out for me. So I didn't do it. A lot of people do what I call monkey see, monkey do. It's like so-and-so's doing a hangout, so-and-so's doing a hangout. Then I watch and I wait a few months and they stop happening because they run out of content because they didn't have a plan. Another way, and this is the biggest way to make money with YouTube, is sell you. Sell you. If people like you, they're going to buy from you. It's crazy because I will tell you what I discovered is when I was doing the storage auction stories, which are going to go on Mr. Glenn and Cameron. Like I said, there's a ton more. I didn't run out. I just was moving into something else. For those of you that know, MrGlennandCameron.com, not Mr. Glenn and Cameron, Mr. Glenn and Cameron, my other YouTube channel. That's where all the fuckery is going to happen. That's where all the stories are going to happen. I'm going to do like the crazy Craigslist stuff. That's going to go over there. I'll create a playlist. So that's what's going to be there. It's going to be totally commentary, political, socioeconomic stuff, and fuckery. Now, with that, you got to understand that what the hell is that? Oh, never mind. No, there's no booty in here. It's just me by myself. But with that, you got to understand that doing YouTube is a journey. It's a process. You got to like it. That's another thing. You got to like it. I forced myself because I didn't like it. I didn't like it. And I will understand. I will say this. I am real different from a lot of people because I can force myself to do shit I don't want to do and stick with it. So you got to like it at some point. And maybe not initially, but you got to like it to keep doing it because without a plan, and without a ideal of where you're going, you're gonna just kind of get to a point where you're gonna stop making videos because there's no currency in it, there's no profit in it. But if you got a plan, you will have profit. Now, this isn't to say don't make videos for fun or do kidding videos or whatever, but I will give you another little tip. Take your camera with you everywhere you go. A lot of people that are making killer money from a YouTube video just happened to be somewhere, had their camera, and whipped it out. Like the guy that caught the guy in the Corvette who just didn't know how to drive it, and he didn't have the I forget the traction control on, and he just spun out. Guy was behind him. That guy probably makes $2,000 to $3,000 a month from that video. So seize opportunity. Take your camera. If you catch someone doing something fucked up, that's a video. I see it all the time. I have seen people with one video, and this is funny. You go to their channel, and they're like one video with 5 million views, and you go to their channel, and you see that total views are 5,100,000, and they've got like 100 videos. It's just that one video. That's what I'm saying. One video can make your channel. So understand those opportunities. But the quick way is to build a business, to have a product, have a blog, link all that stuff together, and just hammer the hell out of it. And give yourself a year. Don't think this is going to happen overnight, because it's not. Give yourself a year. Give yourself some time to grow it. And also incorporate YouTube in your life. When you're out there walking around, it's like, oh, here's an idea. Do it. Don't wait. Do it. Because a lot of people sit on good ideas, and then when someone else does that topic, they're like, fuck. That's any good. Just do it. You had the same opportunity. Just get in the habit of doing it. Get in the habit of making videos. And also, I said this earlier, but at some point, if you're going to be serious about this, you're going to have to spend some scratch on equipment. Something. You cannot keep doing this with your your grandmama's camera. I know she loved you, and it's nice and everything, and it smells like spice and cookies and shit, but you're going to have to upgrade your game. So that's really it. Typically, how to really leave your job. Set up a goal of a year. Find the right topics. That's another thing before I go. You can have as many freaking YouTube channels as you want. It's like back in the day, I had 6 eBay accounts at one point. 6 eBay IDs, and they were all doing different shit. You could do the same with YouTube. You can have as many channels as you want. Talk about anything. You can have channels where you just filming freaking airplanes. Like the person, like recently there was a shooting at a school in Georgia. Fortunately, no one got hurt. I lived in that neighborhood. I mean, literally like maybe 2.5 miles from that school. Oh man. I mean, you don't go looking for tragedy. I'm not saying looking for it, but if you happen to be there when it happens, because let's take the UPS plane crash. If someone was just happened to be outside walking and that plane was coming down and they had the mind set to like, oh, whip out the camera and get that plane crashing, that sucker be at 5-6 million views right now. And that would earn that person maybe 10, 15. Now, well, I'm not saying that you go looking for that stuff, but if you are there when it happens, it's an opportunity. And if they caught that plane going down and filmed it and put it on YouTube, it'd be 5-10 million views. Monetize it. The guy that did Facebook parenting, and because at first it wasn't monetized, and I think he got up to like 25, 30 million views, he may have made 80 to 90 grand just from that one video. Because it tracked so fast. It was so outrageous, over the top. So understand, opportunity comes in many ways. And he didn't make that video to make money. He made that video because he was pissed at his daughter's behavior. He was just like, look, I'm about to show you something. And shoot, he made enough money to pay off his mortgage. That's how YouTube works. So understand, think. Always be thinking. Always be thinking. All right, this is Glenn and Cameron. I will see you on the good side.